All right, what's up? What's up? What's going on this evening? We're going to look into a couple of bins, and these two bins that we're going to look at, these two bins are from Wiggle Room. So we're just going to check on them. I got these over the summer, and I just want to check on them and see how they're doing. I have looked into it. I did feed these particular bin, this one, some pumpkin. It had the fur ball on top. I actually had just removed that. And this one seems to be a little on the dry side. Drier than I like it to be. You can see the dry on all the way around. There are some dead worms on the top here. I'm just going to remove those dead worms. And they could have just been the fact that being too dry, which you would think that they would move to an area where all the moisture is. I don't know how much pumpkin's left here. There is a big piece here. They are enjoying the pumpkin. So they are all in that pumpkin. So what I want to do is I just want to mix it up, kind of see where we're at. Around that pumpkin, which is normal, you're going to have a little more moisture. So I'm just going to kind of mix the dry areas in with that pumpkin, the liquid of that pumpkin. You know, there are some little clumps here. I'm a little concerned that, even though this area has a lot, the pumpkin has lots of worms inhabiting it. I don't see a lot of other worms around, even in the corners. So I'm hoping that the dryness areas did not happen to kill off some of my worms. But like I said, I did find some clumps. But this bin, I believe, was done with a little bit of alpaca manure, some compost, and some peat moss. So I don't see a ton of worms in this particular one, but I can tell, and I do see a lot of worms that is inhibiting which is all throughout the pumpkin. But I don't see clumps like I seen in the last particular one. So I'm going to put this back in here. I covered the pumpkin up. So I'm going to check the corners. I mean, moisture seems fine. Most of the moisture is over 6.5. But that could be, like I said, with the pumpkin letting out moisture, which is normal. So I'm going to let this one go. I'm not going to add any moisture to this one. This one's fine. But we're going to look at the second bin, see where we're at with that one. All right, give me a second. Let me grab that one. All right, here's the second one. We got a piece of pumpkin over here. Oh yeah, a lot of nice worms in there underneath that particular one. So that one's doing fine. This one we have that mold again. I'm going to take away that mold. I didn't do that to all of them, but I did it. I'm doing it to these past couple that I actually showed you guys. There is a small piece of pumpkin, and it is being devoured by tons of worms down there. So this one looks good. I'm going to pull the pumpkin out. I mean, as you can see, look at those bad boys on that pumpkin. All in that pumpkin. This one, it's crazy on how they seem to just kind of make rows in it, where they're like, seem to be going up against it. So, but, woof, all underneath it, this bin is beautiful with worms. This is the wiggle room bin. I mean, there's tons of worms there. Tons of worms with pumpkin. They love pumpkin. They just love pumpkin. Look at that. That's beautiful. A lot of beautiful worms. A lot of beautiful worms on that pumpkin. They're enjoying that pumpkin. So, and then if I go on this side, there's tons of worms in this one. They are beautiful. Just worms and pumpkin. They just love it. Small piece in here. They're devouring it. There's worms. This particular bin is beautiful with worms. So I'm going to take this out. I'm just going to stir it around a little bit. A lot of moisture in this one. A lot of moisture in this one. This one, this particular bin, when I go to harvest this particular bin, I'm going to have to let this one sit out a little bit to kind of get rid of a lot of this moisture, that's excess moisture that's in here. Now these are two wiggle room bins that I actually just did. That last one, the last one and this one, those were, both of these bins are wiggle room. And this one seems to be populated more than the other one. I'm just going to change the location of the pumpkin, but I am going to bury it. This one here, just going to bury it. I want to kind of kill that mold that keeps seeming to come up. And this piece of pumpkin, I'm going to bury it a little deeper than I did before to give them the opportunity to kind of get up under there and enjoy it. And I'm going to bury it. Still will probably get a little mold on it, but this particular bin, everything looks good. I'm happy with that. Once they actually devour that pumpkin, then I'll turn around and I'll actually harvest it. So I'll be keeping an eye on this. I would say by the end of next week, most of that pumpkin should be gone. And then I'll start to do the process of starting to get this ready to be harvested. So, all right. So it's just a quick video of the wiggle room bins, just checking to see how they're doing. One bin is a little more populated than the other. I think I'll be taking some worms out of this particular bin and putting them in the other bin to inhabit that bin, bring that population up, and kind of hopefully we get some cocoons and they'll just continue to grow. But this bin is good population. All right, so this is New Era Gardener. Enjoy the rest of your night, and check back. I'm going to be doing a couple other videos. I'm going to try to start doing a couple more videos on a regular basis. and kind of get you guys involved in what I'm doing with my worm farm, where I'm taking it at right now. All right, so this is New Era Gardener. Take it easy.